Half empty cup of some Hennessy. Wonder what's gonna be the death of me. Whenever it comes, can let it be. Tonight, bet let's role play as enemies.
And today we are watching Why Black America Hates Kai Cenat. Now, this is news to me. I didn't know Black America hated Kai Cenat. I'm black and I'm in America, and I didn't know that we were hating Kai Cenat. So I guess let's get to it.
The only thing scarier than a white man is a black man that's trying to imitate whiteness through capitalism, because there's nothing that he won't do in order to reach his goal of whiteness. I think this
Reach his goal of whiteness. Okay.
Target situation with AMP convinced me that almost all of them voted for Trump.
The date is Monday, January 20th, 2025. Donald Trump becomes the 47th president of the United States. And at this particular time, him and Elon Musk are still cool. Elon Musk, remember, is the head of Doge. And shortly thereafter, we got this particular announcement. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And most companies like Facebook had this particular programs to pull minorities and other people into upper management positions. So you would see people like Caroline Wanga, who is now the CEO of Essence, benefited from this program when she worked at Target, but more to come with that. And so it benefited a lot of people, even white women, but black people also benefited in some way. And so this program was to guarantee that blacks would be represented in other groups in the professional landscape in upper level management. And then we found out that as a company, DEI was gone. It was optional. If you wanted to use it, you could. If you didn't want to, you could drop it. So Target said, Target dropped it. When Target dropped their DEI program, a lot of people got pissed. And we started seeing levels of boycotts happening in early February in Minnesota. But there was a big...
I do know we're not supposed to be shopping at Target. My mama told me that. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been to Target since. Yeah, what they do? Oh, they dropped yeah, fuck them. I don't understand, as like a company, like being Target, what the purpose of dropping it would be. Publicly saying, okay, y'all, we not doing this no more. I think that's bad plays for real, honestly.
Boycott that was started around March 5th, that was spearheaded by Pastor Jamal Harrison Bryant in Atlanta, that was supposed to last for 40 days.
People are boycotting Target, and here's what you need to know. People are not shopping at Target for 40 days. The boycott started March 5th and...
See, why are you putting a date on it? Nah, y'all should just be like, we ain't never going to Target again. I ain't been to Target since. That was probably I'm about to say a year. I don't think it was a year ago. But yeah, nah, like, just don't go to Target no more. Period. Just what it is.
runs till April 13th. So this is like a Target fast for Lent. And here's why you need to get behind it. In January, Target rolled back on their DEI initiatives. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Target literally stopped promotion goals for women and people of color. Is that a company that you want to support? Is that a company that you want to stand behind? I'm sorry, but it's time to give up Target. These people do not care about you. They only care about their dollars. You need to take control of your dollar and stop shopping there. Also, if you're investing in Target, sell your stocks. The organizer of this boycott is a pastor from Atlanta, and he said that this is a fast for accountability, a fast for justice. Like, we cannot be okay with how Target is treating its employees. They're treating Black entrepreneurs.
Now, it could be debated if DEI helped Black people, and of course,
Facts.
I don't really think so, but it didn't matter. I didn't think this DEI boycott at Target would work, but boy, was I wrong.
Black churches have come together to boycott Target for 40 days during Lent because the giant retail store rolled back its DEI initiatives. According to Retail Brew, Target experienced the 10th consecutive week of a decrease in foot traffic and a drop in its stock price. The Black Chamber reports Black people spend about $12 million a day at Target. Thanks to Placer AI, we can track foot traffic at Targets in the Carolinas. And from March to March, in North Carolina, there's been a decrease of about 8%. In South Carolina, nearly a 5% dip in foot traffic. Now, you can't say this is connected to the boycott, but it does show things have changed.
And not only did we see it in North Carolina, but in other cities like Detroit.
Target is taking a financial hit after dropping its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. The retail giant has reportedly lost more than $12.4 billion in revenue.
This comes as calls for boycotts against the retailer continue.
It hurt Target so much
they should have
that
turned
foot
it back
traffic
up.
decreased tremendously. And even black-owned companies that were distributing their products with Target were getting called out on it. And it got seriously bad. But fast forward!
If I was a black owner of a company, I wouldn't pull my stuff out of Target though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that would be a good play. Especially if you're a smaller business and one of the only things you have is Target. Like, I'm not gonna shoot myself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? What am I do? Go to Walmart? You think? And if I'm a small company and I'm not already working with Walmart, what are the odds that I'm gonna be able to drop Target and go to Walmart or go to Kroger's or go to another like place that, you know, would be able to sell my product? Okay.
Let's go back to the Essence Festival. Now, remember, a lot of people had a lot to say about, you know, Africans taking over Essence Festival and, you know, in the Caribbean culture and fufu and other kind of jollof rice being there. That was a discrepancy. But another discrepancy was that the Essence Fest accepted a title sponsorship from Target. This was a slap in the face.
You know what I think Target's trying to do? I think they're trying to get black people back into Target. If y'all really wanted to do that, whoever owns Target, be like, yo, we sorry about dropping the DEI. You guys are right. We'll start hitting our goals again. Y'all doing the most to try to hold on to like, nah, we ain't doing it. Bro, you're a company, bro. Your goal is to make money. And as soon as the money disappears, you need to start trying to get that money back.
A lot of people in the black community, especially those who vote Democrat, because Essence is now getting out of touch with the culture. You could have went with anybody else, like Walmart, but purposely you disrespected the black community for money, and you know that black America doesn't like Target right now.
And I look at Target and try to meet their colors to make it more palatable. Maybe we see you and we skipping it. I think, you know, the line, thin.
That's Target. Keep on. We right. Damn.
Now, the Target booth at the Essence Festival, people were complaining about it because nobody really wanted to interact with it, according to some. And to make a bigger slap in the face, look at Caroline Wanga on LinkedIn. Now, Caroline A. Wanga, who is the current CEO of Essence, worked with Target. But if you look at what her LinkedIn says, clearly she says she's a DEI practitioner. So why did Caroline Wanga, who basically got her start with Target under DEI, and then also understanding that Target canceled DEI, why did she then, as a CEO, accept a title sponsorship for Essence Fest, knowing that black people would not like Target, even though they canceled DEI? And she's a DEI practitioner? Huh?
Bad place.
Exactly. Hypocrisy at its best.
But speaking about African American businesses, if y'all want to go support my business, go over to bagboytoys.com. Go get you one of these. This is the original bag boy. I got the mega bag boy back there. That boy pretty big. Definitely go check those out if y'all want to help support me. But anyway,
fast forward. Now we understand why the black community has an issue with Target. We would also understand why the black community would have an issue with anybody who wants to fool with Target. Again, according to most people in the black community, Target is taking opportunities away from African Americans by not hiring them, so therefore we shouldn't shop there. Any black person who deals with Target is not on code. Now we have the situation with Cenat and AMP. Now you guys know that Cenat is probably the #1 streamer on Twitch right now. I mean, he's the #1 streamer in the world. I think it's iShowSpeed, but Cenat is huge. He's a very talented guy, and he's a part of a larger group called AMP, which has, you know, Duke Dennis, Agent Zero, Chris, a whole bunch of other guys, right? And they have this product called Tone. Now, Tone is like a product that you can buy,
Is that their product, or like are they like just like ambassadors for it? I didn't know if that's their like own product. I didn't know that that was their own product. Honestly, it's kind of crazy.
Includes like deodorants and body wash and stuff like that. And because their audience is so huge, a lot of big YouTubers that have this following can sell in stores. And so they could put this product anywhere and most likely it would sell out. This particular partnership went to Target. And so when it went to Target, people were upset about it because of how the black community feels about Target. And not only did the partnership go to Target, they started streaming giveaways.
That bag had to be crazy for you to do that, bro. For you to pull that one.
In Target.
What's the total?
It's gonna be $1,406.
14. Look, $1,400. Y'all did good.
Now, once this started happening, a lot of people in the community started trying to give some advice to AMP and Cenat because they felt that, hey man, you guys are making the wrong decision.
This is a message for the AMP group, the streamers. I was just giving y'all some great credit, man, because I love the way y'all work together. But you have to be careful, man. Do not let corporate utilize y'all. And what they're going to end up doing is going to create brand, right, unalignment or misalignment, rather, to where they're trying to use you all to divide and conquer, right? They believe they can get the demographic of young folks to start supporting Target again. Then it would diminish this whole movement that is boycotting Target. Anytime your people are doing something, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, everybody should be on point. You understand me? If people want to support y'all brand, they can take their ass online. But I don't want to see y'all helping them increase foot traffic into Target, regardless of what y'all business deal or structure is. The whole thing that y'all have is y'all power is independence. But you have to always focus on your brand alignment and be careful of your associations, right? Because in the long term, they may not lose, but you will.
And the criticism came deep. Folks.
Yeah, it's crazy. Why they do, bro, like this? You know they swapped out a whole face, bro. They swapped out a whole face and put a new face on it, man, boy. They shouldn't have did that. But anyway, yeah, bro, like y'all shouldn't have pulled that one, bro. Bag had to be egregious for y'all to pull that. You know, especially the streaming inside of Target. Y'all had to understand that this was gonna happen. Like y'all was gonna get a lot of backlash for it. And especially a group full of black men
started coming after AMP, started coming after Cenat and calling them all sellouts because, hey, all of you guys are black and the black community is supporting you guys. And then you're out there putting your product in Target, which is against the black community. And one of the people that came out against that from AMP was Dennis Duke.
Okay.
Like, bro, no cap, they are lying though. That's the crazy part. Like, the same people who got something to say, you telling me that if you had your product and Target was like, hey, can we please put your product in our store? You would say no.
Like I said earlier, if my product was already in Target, I would have not taken it off the shelf as a small business. I'm rich as AMP. I don't think that I would put my shit in Target, bro. I just think it would be a bad play. It would be very tempting, but like, I don't think I would do that, bro. I would hope I wouldn't do it. But if them niggas said, I'll give you 200 million. All right, you got me, nigga. Nigga, you got me. You win. You know what I'm saying? Where do I sign, nigga? You can start putting your shit on the counters tomorrow. 200 M's? You know, like, I don't know if I would be able to turn that down, bro. But I'm going to make sure I'm going to give it to the community. Do whatever it takes to kind of even it out, even though you can't really even it out, you know? You did sell out at the end of the day.
Shut the f*** up. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, Dennis Duke is telling everybody, like, yo, like, bro, like, shut up. Like, you guys will put the product into Target if you want it, like, if you could do it, but you can't, and that's why you're hating.
Yeah, bro, but it's like they said, like, brand, you have to, like, stand on business. You got to stand on business, bro. And like bro said, like, even if you don't agree with certain shit, like, if your whole community is in on some shit and then you decide to be the outlier, because Target would not be working with you if there was no boycotts on Target. They wouldn't. So you have to understand, like, okay, F Target, where else can I go to put my shit in there? You know what I'm saying? Go to another company, be like, yo, we AMP, we this, we got this, we got that, we got that. Target was willing to give us 100 M's, 200 M's. I'll take, 75 M's from you if you let us put our product in your store, because we don't really want to do business with Target. Them niggas would have been like, hell yeah, put it in the store right now. Then again, I'm not a fucking manager of AMP. I don't know what can happen or what I can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's fucked up. It's a little fucked up.
And this caused a big backlash.
The fact that Duke Dennis tried to get on here and lie and say that Target was not losing money like they thought they would. First of all, we don't listen to nobody who lies about how many kids they got. Second of all, you lied about how many kids you got. I can't take advice from you. Third of all, you lied about having kids. I can't trust your research. You don't even know how many kids you got.
And it continued to go forward.
The only thing scarier than a white man is a black man that's trying to imitate whiteness through capitalism, because there's nothing that he won't do in order to reach his goal of whiteness. I think this Target situation with AMP convinced me that almost all of them voted for Trump. What first convinced me was...
I don't want to take it as far as to say like they're trying to be white or they all voted for Trump or whatever it is. They were offered a bag that was so big they couldn't say no to. They could not say no to it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
When Duke Dennis went on Quinn Blackwell's cooking show and she asked him who he voted for, and he said, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it. And that right there told me, because it's like...
Yeah. Like, in that situation, I ain't vote. Just say, I ain't vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I ended up not voting. You know what I'm saying? Or I missed the deadline. Like, I wanted to vote, but I didn't. Leave it at that.
If you voted for Kamala, you would say you voted for Kamala. But like the overnight stream at a Target is crazy.
Madness.
Especially knowing that black folks and people of color are boycotting Target because they threw out their DEI. It's really tone deaf and irresponsible.
But another big part is Cenat. Now, Cenat is a guy who is, from New York with a deep New York accent. If you look at him, you may not know what his background is, but I believe he's like Trinidadian and Grenadian. I'm not sure. But when they signed the deal with Target, then people remember this clip.
You're African American, bro. That's it. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not, word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban. You are American.
Now, I don't want to take him out of context, but it appears to me that he's saying that, you're just black. You don't have culture like Ghanaians, or you don't have cultures like Trinidadians and the other people. And again, that's kind of how people feel about, Caroline Wanga and the rest of the Africans who are now in control of Essence Fest. And so now it's like, okay, on one hand, you're...
Yeah, nah, he's reciting what they fed to them inside that board meeting. They were in that board meeting and they're like, we're all the same. Like, yes, we cut our DEIs, but we cut our DEIs because we want to be just Americans together. That's what they fed them niggas. And then threw 100 M's on the table. And niggas just like, what you saying makes so much sense. The money make a nigga blind. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happened. Them niggas like, nah, we not really gonna do this. Like, we gotta stand on business. They went inside that board meeting and they had a couple of people with spreadsheets talking about, look, you know what I'm saying? Target ain't losing no money. Target, we still up. We still good right now, but we want to work with you and we cut our DEIs because we're all American together. We're all the same. And them niggas was like, oh, you spitting? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you might be cooking right now. You might be cooking. Throw a little more money. 101 M's. Niggas like, oh shit, bro, you really chefing right now. That's what happened, bro. I can tell y'all that's what happened, gang.
Acting like us, Cenat, like, your culture is very East Coast African American, and then at the same time you're telling us that we don't have any culture, and then you're moving along with Target, who completely has turned their back on the black community, according to those. Because, like, stop the show. I don't agree with DEI. I don't care anything about DEI at all. But understanding that the community does care about DEI, it's a slap in the face. And then when you go back and you look at a clip like from Cenat, then it's almost obvious. It's like, okay, you can use the culture to basically become us, and then when it doesn't benefit you, you can go and, you know, go to Target and stuff like that. Again, this is kind of what happens. I mean, and people do this even in the black community. But again, if you're going to market yourself to the black community, you're going to have to understand what they like. And this goes for Essence Fest. Now, on one hand, I can say, look, they own the festival and they own what they have, and they should be really concerned about black American culture, right? And again, Cenat with the Target and all that stuff, hey, they could be like taking their product to someplace else, Walmart, and clearly what Target wants to do is to get the black base back buying in Target, right? But here's the situation. These guys have a bigger audience, much larger than black America. That's the thing. Cenat is just not a superstar amongst black people. He's a superstar everywhere. Not as big as Ice Show Speed, but he's close, right? And so the reality is that these guys don't care about Target. They're out of touch. They don't have the problems that, you know, that you have, or maybe I have, or anything like that. And so to expect these guys who are young and don't really understand the struggle and they're rich to understand what you're going through and take a stand is crazy. I mean, I get what you're saying, right? I understand Essence should be doing that because Essence built their brand based on the black community. But Dennis Duke and Cenat, they just happen to be black. They also come from a much younger generation, and they're not tied to that. And then some of these guys in AMP are not even African-American, like Agent 00. I believe he's like Ethiopian or Eritrean. So like now you have the merging of younger people who are not African-American or hashtag FBA, and they're looking for the bag. And they're looking at what makes them, you know, go better. So if Target comes and gives them a higher percentage of money they can sell, they're going to push Target. I guarantee you that's what Target did. Target said, listen, bring AMP tone into our distribution and you guys will keep a lot of the profits. And they said yes. And they're going to continue to do so. Again, black people are going to have to start understanding that, you know, we're going to have people that be for us and people that are not going to be for us. But again, we got to do the work and create our own jobs. And you can't rely on celebrities or YouTubers to, hey, make stands or stand up for you. Not everybody's going to be a stand-up guy like LL Cool J. Like LL Cool J, you declined to perform in Philadelphia while the strikes were going. But that's a stand-up guy. Most entertainers or YouTubers are not stand-up guys like that. And to expect them to be stand-up guys when they're trying to get to the bag is ridiculous. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Dennis Duke, Cenat, and the rest of these guys don't think they owe you nothing.
You know, at the end of the day, people that are rich and famous are usually bad people. Now, I don't think that Cenat and AMP are bad at the end of the day. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. Are you guys done watching Cenat, AMP? Do you guys even, you know, care that this happened? Do you guys agree with DEI or do you guys not agree with DEI? I definitely want to hear from you guys. So go down to the comments. Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to be responding to every single comment, or try to respond to every single comment. But anyway, I love you guys. Peace.